just the steps, it's bad.
All right.
Steps will get you done.
Oh, they will.
Can I get thumbs up from everybody, please?
Please, 1 second.
Yep.
You think you have everything ready?
Camera's rolling up.
Okay.
Everybody good? All right, questions for Coach, please.
So we just wanted to start with obviously the news of kind of leaving the program. I wasn't sure if you had any response to what she said and just kind of the public conversation around that.
Yeah, I haven't really dove into the public conversation about it. We'll miss her. She was loved in this program, and again, we respect her decision, but we kind of have to turn the page and focus on the SEC tournament.
And I know last year during the tournament, Blake said that she was a great piece for the locker room. So are you concerned at all about just how this might affect the team going into postseason?
Yeah, I think we have been resilient all year, and we're just another situation where we're going to have to continue to do that.
Did that catch you off guard at all, or was it kind of something that you could see coming?
It kind of caught me off guard.
She called senior night a breaking point for her. Was there anything during the year that you saw this coming, that relationship to deteriorate to the point where she leaves the program?
Not that I see other than playing time.
Danny White was on radio this morning and kind of gave you a vote of confidence. What does that mean for you that you'd like that her statement publicly?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think he and I have talked through this, and we know what we're trying to build here, and we know what this season, we thought this season was going to be, and we know what it is to this point, but there's a lot of season left. And we can have bigger conversations about the future going forward, but right now I want to focus on the team that I have going into SEC play as a 6 seed and trying to do as well as we can there, and then going into the NCAA tournament. We're in the best part of season right now, and I think we talked yesterday as a team about how our schedule was really backloaded, and everyone had to go through this. Everyone had to play these teams on their roster, and we had to play them all at once. We had to play them in a clump. I think Oklahoma played them in a clump early, so we had to get through that, and we have to see now how that built us and how that shaped us.
What was their response to that conversation? What kind of feedback did you hear from them?
Yeah, I think we did a lot of educating of where we ended up as the 6 seed, and even if we had beaten two teams that on paper we should have beaten, we still don't finish higher than a 6 seed if we don't win the Oklahoma game the way the tiebreakers will work. And I think when you reframe things for them like that, it's kind of like, okay, well, we were 9 last year and we made it to a Sweet 16. And I think our returners understood that. And I think just educating them on there was a clump that was deadlocked at 8-8, and we were the best of the 8-8. And again, our schedule was back heavy, and our preseason was my fault. I picked that. I didn't pick the SEC schedule. It is what it is. We played them all at once. Let's see how strong we are now.
This season has obviously come with its challenges, and you mentioned the team being resilient. I guess what is it about this team that allows them to be resilient in the face of all of this adversity?
Yeah, I think in order to get here, in order to make it this far as a basketball player, you've always been handed some type of adversity. And they're the cream of the crop, and they know how to do it, and they love basketball, and they get along with each other, and I think they know what the SEC is. I think they understand that now, that they've been through it, and now we're going into the NCAA tournament, and there's not a harder team in America or the world that we can play that we haven't played.
How important is that component where you said that this is a team that loves basketball?
It's huge. It's huge because you go through this. We're on month 10. We've been doing, I think the other day I said 7, but no, we've been doing this since June. We're on month 10. You have to love the game.
Is there anyone who's kind of stepped up in the locker room that surprised you maybe in the last few days and even in the kind of wake of the Kaya news as well to kind of pull this team together as you guys head into the SEC tournament?
Yeah, I think going forward it'll be Alyssa and Naya, and I think that they're just going to be able to be level-headed leaders and tell the truth and be honest and hopefully help us be the team we want to be in March.
What do you like about the way they lead the team?
I think they're unflappable. I think they are consistent. I think they work hard every day. I think that they have the team's best interest in heart, and I think that, again, they're just really good human beings that come and do what they're supposed to do every day, and they've earned the respect of everyone around them.
Feels like Nina is playing her best
Yeah.
basketball right now of the year. I mean, what have you seen from her this season to allow her to improve as much as you have?
Yeah, I wonder if she's playing the best basketball she's played. Her efficiency has gotten tremendously better. She's out there playing fun, having fun, playing well on the defensive end. It's been so good for us offensively to have her back playing the way we knew she could.
Your system focuses so much on effort, and I'm reminded from a season ago, like the Hamburgers, that haircuts and half for steals. Do you still have that same reward system this year?
We do.
Okay, how's the team maybe responding to that? How do you feel it helps them in pressure situations?
Yeah, I think that we could do a better job of remembering that when things go south. But I think that at the end of the day, they're 18 to 22-year-olds. You can give them a trinket, they like it.
You try to build on what you've done throughout the year, Coach, but does March bring a whole new mindset?
It does. I
to
think
the
it.
ball team?
Yeah, I think it does. I think this is the best part. This is when you're a basketball player. This is what you play for. This is what you want to do. So I think that they'll be fired up and ready to go.
Where was this, the focus defensively this week? Like, what do you want to see the biggest improvement of going to the postseason from that respect?
Yeah, I think our help side defense has not been good. We have been blowing some scout specific things about going under when we should go over. Switching up our ball screen coverage, we've worked on that. Just to having some different things to work on. Our one-on-one defense, again, making sure that we can get them to pick it up without going where they want to go. Team defense, getting your gaps, helping when we can't. But being able to do it consistently. I think we went into our third quarters, we looked at them to see if it was an offensive trend. There's some minor offensive trends, but the majority of it is coming on the defensive end.
The speed that Jada plays with, what advantage do you feel like that gives to her game?
It's huge. I mean, she's one of the best players in the country at going downhill and playing. And she's been playing more free and with more confidence, and you've been able to really see the real Jada. And you need to clean it up maybe a little bit, but I'd rather have that version of her than the version of her that goes out there and waits.
Going back to those third quarters, you said you might watch it live with the team.
Yeah.
Did you end up doing that, and do you feel like it maybe shook some of that a little bit?
Yeah, I went and watched it live. I clipped it. We had it ready, and it's just not as obvious as I wanted it to be because it's not. I thought it was going to be, okay, the ball's sticking. We're taking one pass. We're back to one pass, Jack. We're still moving the ball. The different peoples are taking different shots. We're taking more low percentage shots. We're not taking as many shots at the rim. But, I mean, our first quarter offensively was worse than our third quarter offensively when you go back and you look at it. The fact of the matter is that they had 30 points in the third.
Against OU, you had mentioned that the team came up with non-negotiables about like body language to stay in the game. Did you like the body language against Vanderbilt, maybe in that third and fourth quarter?
It wasn't as bad as it has been. I think that we are trending in the right direction there.
Basketball could be like game of runs. It could be good, it could be on
Yep.
the bad side. But what do you feel like your team has learned in these last part of the season as they head into this time?
Yeah, I think we've had a lot of individuals step up and get better and continue to grow, and now we just have to piece that all together.
Valley, go ahead.
Now, like, what is your message to them right now? I mean, I know it's like tough. What is your message?
I think, again, when we talked yesterday, it's about really picking it up in March, new season, new version of yourself, a little extra, just a little extra. Let's give a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, level up a little bit in March.
What excites you? Go ahead, Ryan, sorry.
Sorry, what value do you just put on winning a game in Greenville? How important is it to kind of see one go through?
It would be great. It would be great to see one go through. Again, I'm excited about the break that we have in between to put some practices together, but it would be great to get a win again.
Yeah, during that stretch, like I guess before LSU, when you actually had like a standard schedule, how much do you think this team has been able to grow within this normal schedule?
Yeah, it's been a normal schedule, but it's still all right. We still had that chunk where it wasn't normal. So it's been great. It's been great to have two practices, 2-day prep to play, 2-day prep to play. That has been a relief compared to where we were when we didn't have that. It will be nice to be able to really get back to the drawing board, clean some things up. But again, everyone right now is going into SEC play, and we've seen these teams before. We've played them once. We got to make sure that we've practiced again for 10 months. Like, we know what we're doing. We just got to piece it together.
What excites you most about this year, like having that bye, getting ready to return to the SEC tournament?
Yeah, I think that we have players that are going to be excited for it. I think our entire preseason has prepared us for an environment like this. We've played really hard games in big environments, so this should be unflappable to our freshmen.
How are you approaching the threat, not knowing your opponent until late Wednesday?
We're working on us, and then we play. Again, you got to guard the 3-point line. You got to be able to guard the space floor. There are some similarities into the offense, so we are working on those things, and then we're working on us.
Did you want to see something more from Paul, Boyd, and Hurst against Vanderbilt? I saw that they had like kind of limited minutes. I wasn't sure if the game ended up that way, if you wanted to see something.
No, I think the game ended up that way where we didn't press as much in the second half, so we didn't have to sub the way we normally do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.